The phone vibrated 71 times before I silenced it. It lay face down on the marble counter, shuddering like a trapped insect. I didn't look. I already knew who it was. I knew what she had seen. Across the table, my wife stood frozen. One hand pressed to her mouth, the other gripping the back of a chair, as if it might save her from falling apart. The turkey lay ruined on the floor. Vomit, shame. Holiday collapsed in a single moment. I watched her without moving. I had learned how to do that. "Say something," she whispered. I thought of the first message she sent me 3 weeks earlier. A sentence that ended our marriage before it began. I need a younger man. No apology. No explanation. Just a declaration. Like she was changing phones, not erasing a life. I didn't shout then. I didn't shout now. Silence had become my sharpest weapon. Outside, snow fell softly against the glass. Switzerland had a way of making even endings look expensive. My phone buzzed again. I finally turned it over. Her name filled the screen. I smiled. Too late. She packed fast that night. Efficient. Almost rehearsed. "I've been unhappy for years," she said, folding clothes that still smelled like my cologne. I want to feel wanted again." I watched her hands. They didn't shake. That's when I knew. Unhappiness hesitates, guilt stumbles. But decisions made long before you hear them, those move cleanly. "You'll be fine," she added, avoiding my eyes. "You're strong." Strong. The word people use when they want permission to leave. She didn't mention the man. She didn't have to. He hovered in the room like perfume that didn't belong to her. Younger, closer, already chosen. When she left, I didn't follow. I drove. Not home, not to a bar. I drove to her father's house. The lights were on. One car in the driveway, not his. Her stepmother opened the door with red eyes and a face worn thin by grief. She didn't seem surprised to see me. That hurt more than it should have. "He left me too," she said before I asked. "This morning." 2 women. Same day. Same man. We sat at the kitchen table where family photos watched quietly. She cried into her hands. I listened. Patterns form when you stop lying to yourself. I didn't confront my wife. I didn't call her lover. I didn't beg. I observed. Phone records. Shared cloud accounts she forgot to disconnect. Late-night rides disguised as yoga classes. I learned his name, his age, his salary, a man who borrowed confidence the way children borrow toys. I kept smiling, kept paying, kept pretending I believed her excuses when she came back for things she forgot. At Thanksgiving, we all showed up. Tradition is a powerful narcotic. Her father avoided my eyes. The stepmother sat too close to me. Close enough that I could feel the tremor in her knee beneath the table. Halfway through dinner, she broke. "I gave him everything," she whispered. "And he chose someone else." I looked at my wife. She was glowing, victorious, youth on her arm like a trophy. Something cold settled in my chest. Later, in the hallway, the stepmother reached for me. Not seductively, desperately. I kissed her. Deeply. Not for pleasure, for symmetry. When my wife saw us, she ran to the bathroom. The sound of retching echoed like applause. The photos went live that night. Not scandalous, just precise. A villa, snow-draped pines, floor-to-ceiling glass. A life she no longer had access to. I waited. The phone erupted. Calls, messages, voice notes soaked in panic. "Why didn't you tell me? We could have worked this out. He doesn't even compare to you." I answered one call. "What do you want?" I asked calmly. Her breathing was erratic. "I didn't know you were this well off." I looked at the mountains, eternal, unimpressed. "You knew," I said. "You just thought I'd beg." Silence. Then crying, I ended the call. She flew in 2 days later. No younger man this time, just desperation wrapped in perfume. "I made a mistake," she said, sitting across from me like a defendant. I was confused. I slid my phone across the table. Photos, receipts, timelines, her lies laid out like a crime scene. "You didn't make a mistake," I said. "You made a calculation." Her face collapsed. "I didn't think you'd leave," she whispered. That was the truth. "I didn't," I replied. "I upgraded." I stood, walked away, left her surrounded by evidence and emptiness. Power doesn't raise its voice. The snow kept falling. I poured a drink and watched the lights come on across the valley. Somewhere, she was explaining herself to people who had stopped listening. I felt nothing. Not triumph. Not sorrow. Just clarity. She wanted youth. I wanted truth. We both got what we deserved. My phone stayed silent. And for the first time in years, so did my heart.